What is going on YouTube? Hidden back making another brand new Crypto TV episode. In today's video, we have to look at the recent correction that has happened within some of these major cryptocurrencies. Markets just yesterday fell about 10 to 13% overall. We saw some sort of reversal back up where we did start to wick back to the upside, which is a good sign. But overall, we do have some big symmetrical triangles forming with our major Elliott wave formations. And the fact that bottom support has been broken on some of these major cryptocurrencies, that breach is a big signal to potential reversal, potentially seeing cryptocurrencies fall even lower in the next coming days. 2 points of B to C formations on our Elliott wave, which we'll explain more in the next couple of minutes. More importantly, if you guys want to learn whether or not we should be entering a short position or what exactly I'm doing specifically, definitely stick around to the end of today's video. Otherwise, if you guys are new to the channel, definitely make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications, smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm. Also, huge shout out to Mad Troopers NFTs for sponsoring today's episode. More information about them in a second. Otherwise, let's jump into the episode. So guys, the team behind Ediswap launched a new project, Mad Trooper, that enables NFT mining on the Solana blockchain. And with a highly successful and established track record in the NFT space, the team comprises of established NFT artists, developers, and digital art connoisseurs, and even Cameron and Tyler Winklevoss tagging in to share Ediswap's NFTs as well. The Mad Trooper drop will consist of an army of intergalactic space warriors in the year 2177 and includes 8,888 unique Mad Troopers on a mission to defend their solar system. 8,000 troopers, 650 sergeants, and 150 commanders with 88 legendary masters priced at 2 SOL or 2 Solana each. The drop will take place on the 24th of September, and each Mad Trooper is going to be algorithmically generated to be completely unique with individualized traits and attributes. What's crazy is hidden within the Mad Trooper collection are NFTs of a few mythical warriors for the luckiest participants of the drop. Moreover, the actual NFT drop is only the beginning of the Mad Trooper story because the team has an exciting roadmap lined up, including exclusive Mad Trooper merchandise, ultra rare 360 virtual reality, Mad Trooper NFTs, and even a Mad Trooper themed video game. Mad Trooper's NFTs will be airdropped at random to lucky holders of the Deegan Apes Academy NFTs and ETA tokens. Also guys, keep in mind Mad Trooper video game is also set to release in Q1 of 2022, so make sure to check out their website, which I linked in the description down below. They might be the next NFT to hodl. Otherwise, onwards to the technical analysis. Alright guys, so there's a few things we have to look at before we dive into the technical analysis, as we are definitely in a very interesting position here. Top 10 cryptocurrencies, you can see overall if, right here, 1.93 trillion. We're up about 1.94%. Usually after major dips and drops and breaches within crypto, there's usually a small bounce back to the upside. But you can see overall the 7-day percentage gains, you can see we're down pretty much 10 to 15, even 20%. Pretty much all the cryptocurrencies, at least the important ones that have most of the market cap. Now, in regards to the 24-hour movement, some cryptos are starting to reverse up. Like we have XRP coming back up about 3.74%, ADA up about 6.12, which we're going to be looking at in a minute. But most of the cryptocurrencies are starting to see a small, incline back to the upside here. When we jump onto these charts here, there's a few things we have to go over and cover in regards to the potential of seeing a bottom within XRP, where we're going to find that bottom, and really not to be fooled by the way this market's moving to. So right now, the big question is, where are we moving to? Are we going to be heading back up, or are we going to be breaking back farther to the downside? And I don't want anyone to panic, but really there were positions that were set up here for days now. We've been consolidating inside this sideways channel here. Notice this pretty much started mid-August, August 14th to be exact. And since then, we've pretty much been consolidating inside our top price ceiling and our price floor. And at some point we discussed and we needed to see confirmation of a breach either above our top resistance at $1.30, which would allow us to break up and leverage this all the way to the upside, which we were starting to do earlier a couple weeks ago, about September 7th. And unfortunately, since then, we've consolidated from this massive drop here. We were consolidating for a very long time, really not seeing any sort of movements, pretty much falling stagnant on the relative strength indicators as well as moving averages. And just the other day, we decided to break from our descending triangle here, this consolidation, this downtrend you can clearly see, and we corrected lower. We actually broke through our bottom support, which was vital to sustain a reversal back to the upside. With the confirmation now of a breach below our bottom support level, this was a very strong support. Understand how often we've been using this here. You can even swing it back earlier, how it was acting as a major resistance earlier here, and how we've used it as a means of resistance as well as support to reverse back to the upside here. Unfortunately, XRP has now given way, breaching this bottom support level, ultimately correcting lower. Now, we have some wicks here, and we are starting to wick right back up today, but looking at the way these movements look, we are now, switching ourselves from a bullish to more bearish case scenario, understanding that there's a big chance we are going to now complete a B to C formation in a long-term symmetrical triangle and Elliott wave movement. You can see long-term here what exactly we're looking at. There's a big uptrend, a big downtrend that all comes together right here at its apex, but we are starting to see this Elliott wave forming. And the fact that we've now breached resistance, we're not able to hold above this resistance level, started to correct lower and actually broke through our major and vital support level for XRP, there's a big chance now that we are going to start to see corrections lower, eventually closing closer to about 71 cents as the next target level, with the chance of obviously coming back up D to E or C to D and then D to E. We will probably play this out long term. So some people are saying, well, what's the possibilities of us seeing a quick reversal back up? So the question now is, since we've closed below this support level, when am I buying into this coin? Honestly, I would say I'm buying in right now. I'm going to be putting a position in probably after this video at where we're currently trading, and I will create a stop loss slightly higher here. Now, because we saw this major drop and not something smaller, a small closing and then reversal downwards, it did give us a lot of opportunity yesterday to buy into the short position, but I always wait to see a confirmation close below this resistance before I buy in. And the fact is that since we decided to correct lower, we are going to see probably a small wick back up today, consolidation, and then probably continue to head lower. So I'm going to be buying in right here at about 94 cents currently, where the prices are trading after today's video, in regards to the fact that we are retesting our bottom of our moving averages here. Now, there's a lot of supports and opportunity for potentially seeing us reverse out of here. There's a chance we could easily come back up and retest $1.05, the top of this resistance level here, but I do believe we'll probably see correction and reversal back down. The only confirmation I would say for me to buy back in for a buying opportunity and a leverage to the upside is if we can confirm closing above our $5 resistance, getting back inside the sideways channel. That'd be the only way we would be building like movements to the upside. That'd be the only opportunity that there is. But unfortunately, with confirming the break below there, we're not going to really see that just yet. We're also considering the fact that we're now creating lower high formations. Understand that this is now a big possibility of lower highs. We are creating higher lows, we reversed it, and now we're going to create lower highs, which isn't necessarily a good thing and will probably help us lead to reversals back to the downside from points B to C now. So we have confirmed the breach below here. I am going to be buying in after today's video right here at this level at about 94 cents. Now, there are some resistances that we are currently hitting. I just want to pull up the MACD really quick to show you guys something. We are extremely overextended on the MACD. There's a lot of potential signs of seeing reversals here. We are still below our bottom support level. We've now come back down all the way to retest the bottom of the Bollinger Band, and we are currently being supported a little bit. Actually, not at all. Honestly, we're retesting the bottom of this moving average here as a resistance. So I would not be surprised if in the next couple of days, as we start to stem lower, that we see a bearish cross on the moving averages here and start to reverse lower. You can look for reference back in the past here, back earlier in May or mid-May, when we broke through this bottom support, it did fall. We did correct very low, and we did come back up to try to retest breaking above this resistance here, but there was no luck, and we eventually reversed downwards and completed this, position to the downside. So it depends on how exactly you want to trade this. If you're going to create a short trade, a small one, then yeah, obviously you'd have to create a very small stop loss, but be under the impression you could see potentially reversing back up to retest the top of the resistance. You might get stopped out unless you create a stop loss up here. So if you're not going to use leverage, then entering right now with anticipation and a stop loss at $1.05 in case we reverse back up would be ideal. A more long-term thing, we're looking for maybe, a short all the way out to October 14th. That's pretty much the ending point, somewhere around that range right there. It could happen sooner, it could happen later, but ultimately we're anticipating now, because of all these bearish signals, reversals back to the downside here. That's pretty much what you have to pay attention to. We have breached this top resistance, and that ultimately is a sign for continuation patterns and lower high movements to the downside. Yes, we've regained support, and there will be some support levels lower and lower and lower as we continue this movement. But until we see, I mean, today's only Tuesday, we can see potentially the weekly charts here. You can see how this candle did reverse down. We are retesting the middle of the Bollinger Band here on the weekly charts here. The only way we can really confirm we're going to continue to reverse lower is if we can see this weekly candle close continuously below this support level, which I think is honestly ideal and what's going to happen here. So I think this is now going to continue to send us lower back down to point C here. So that's pretty much my ideal movements here. Don't be fooled. There's still this chance that we could reverse up, but ultimately, you guys have to understand there's more bearish signals reversing us lower than reversing to the upside. So don't be fooled in anticipation for a reversal back up. I don't think it's going to happen. And I think we're now going to be completing the B to C formation on our major long-term bullish symmetrical triangle on XRP. So shorts are entered. We're getting ready to short now from B to C formations. I know this carries on to other cryptos. You can see here for Ethereum was inside where we're actually trading above slightly this sideways channel here. This has also been very similar to XRP, trading inside the symmetrical triangle. Not only did we break back inside our sideways channel here, we actually broke below it and closed the daily below that level. We closed very much so below our bottom of the Bollinger Bands, and we actually started to retest the bottom support here. So Ethereum looks okay for right now. My only concern is now we are back inside our big Elliott wave formation. You guys clearly have to see this. Notice that we are in an A to B to C to D to E Elliott wave formation here, and just yesterday we have now created another lower high formation. So notice lower highs, we're probably going to see this continuation sending us back down to point C as well. It's pretty much confirming it. The fact that we had so much space above this resistance that we've broken out of it, and the fact that just in a couple of days we've managed, and I just want to pull it up to show you guys really quick right here. Where is it? Here we go. The percentage drop we've had from the top is about a 30% drop. We've corrected 30% since the top here, now below our Bollinger Bands, as well as retesting moving averages here. So yeah, the moving average is going to act as some sort of support in the very short term right here, but we are now starting to retest the top of this resistance as well as our price ceiling. Now it's going to act as, and it might actually stem us to correct lower. So most of these positions we're now entering are shorts, and long positions are and have been canceled. Also consider that pretty much all these cryptocurrencies are forming lower high formations here. Bitcoin as well is forming lower high formations here. Understand we had a very big, very specific sideways channel drawn on, where once again we were in a sideways channel here, correcting sideways for quite some time now. We had a higher low formation until we reversed out of it, and now we're forming lower high formations, which is a continuation that will probably see point C being corrected at about $36,000 in the near future, a short position. Understand this was our price floor, a very strong support at that. Understand even back in the past year, we were using this as a means of support, and the fact that we just broke through it means we're probably going to continue this reversal. Yes, there's a slight opportunity. If we manage in the next couple of days to break back above our top resistance now, you can see how now there's a new sideways channel forming here, bottom support being around 39K, top resistance about $44,000 where we broke through. We're probably going to see it correct lower. That's really what we're anticipating. So if we somehow see us break above here again, then we'll switch our positions. But stop loss is clearly being set at around 44,000, maybe 400, 44.4. And yeah, we're going to continue to short this to the downside. Yes, we did correct down to our bottom of our Bollinger Band. We are going to see these big wicks to start, which is anticipated as we were getting close to becoming oversold. We're probably oversold on the 4-hour as well. Yes, we are. And you can see we're also retesting bottoms of the moving averages, the Bollinger Bands here. So some people might consider that we could reverse back out of here, but honestly, we're not looking too good. We're not looking too prominent. We might consolidate out here. Understand this works in a stair-stepping pattern. Even if we correct it up a little bit, there's probably going to be a stair-stepping pattern that pulls us back down to point C here. That's pretty much the continuation pattern that we're anticipating, and this carries on to pretty much all the cryptos. You can see big problem with Cardano is the fact that it just broke through its bottom floor, its price floor, as well as its uptrend here. We were in some sort of rising fractal formation, rising wedge, whatever you want to call it, and clear support level was drawn right here. The top of this support level right here acted as resistance before. We broke through it recently, and now it's been used as a support level for quite some time, and we just broke through it. Not only that, we broke through our uptrend here, which is now sending us back down. Very similar to Bitcoin and these other cryptos, we're now retesting the bottom of the Bollinger Bands as well as the moving averages here, which may interact in some sort of, consolidation for the most part, but I do believe this is going to, spiral us back down to bottom supports here. We can now also continue to extend our bottom support. We can now continue to extend our downtrend here, ultimately anticipating us to pull all the way back down to the bottom support at about $1.50 for Cardano. The other big thing with the S&P 500 is the fact that we did wick back up. We actually wicked back up about halfway from where the original and initial drop was, retesting this very vital moving average here on the daily as well as our uptrend here. So I think this will hopefully be the bottom. It's now pulled us into oversold, which honestly, we have not been oversold on this coin. Understand retesting this level here since mid-October of 2020, at late October of 2020. It's been that long since we became oversold. And if we reference what happened here, you can see the last time we retested oversold was right here. We retested the bottom moving average and it spiraled us all the way back up. So I believe that's probably going to happen here. It says here, stocks sending the Dow Jones Industrial Average to its biggest drop in months on worries that China's largest property developers could default on billions of debt, which could threaten to spill over in other parts of the global economy. Very interesting how correlation isn't always causation, but this information comes out the same time we start to hear about potentially dropping. We were overbought. We're continuing the drop to the downside here. We're now at a bottom support, so I think we should recover nicely from that. But yeah, that's pretty much how these markets are moving to. Targets are set at point C on every crypto. That's what you guys have to understand. Targets are at C, B to C. And then Cardano, I think, is just going to continue to correct and reverse down as it has not broken its bottom support levels. Obviously, there's some smaller supports that we are starting to retest right now. Obviously, this is this morning. You could have waited to buy in at support here. You would have seen a big drop, but now we're, kind of canceling ourselves out here. So you could buy in now, anticipating what's to come here. But I think long term, we are going to start to see some short movements to the downside here. Anticipate reversal with stop losses for Bitcoin put at about 44.28. That's what I will be doing. And for XRP, I know this is a big extension, but at $1.04. Maybe even if you want to consider playing it a little more aggressive at 99 cents, putting that stop loss in anticipation for a reversal back up here. But we're now trading below, specifically for XRP, we're trading below our moving averages here. So I think this will help extend the prices to retest 70 cents. I think that's the next movement coming. Otherwise, guys, it's pretty much going to wrap up today's video. If you are new to the channel, definitely make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications, smash the like button, and I'll see you in tomorrow's episode. Peace.